Hi, everyone, and thanks again for tuning in to Mo's Chronicles. So, last night we talked about brokenness, we talked about healing from brokenness. And so, just a small recap on that. We talked about being and seeing that man in the mirror and recognizing what's really going on with you and basically wanting more and wanting to actually self-heal instead of being one of those people that just say forget it and just continue to live the same way. So now that we are at part where we've recognized our brokenness and we're wanting to heal, and that's what we're going to jump into. But before we do that, I just want to thank all of the feedback. I want to thank my family and my friends that are encouraging me more to do this. The YouTube page is up, so subscribe. I need at least 1,000 subscribers, so that way I can move forward and we can actually just start healing the world and talking to people and answering questions out there outside of my little Facebook group. So please subscribe when you see the YouTube videos come up. They normally come up after I do this one. Okay, so moving into healing. So the first process of when you heal is forgiveness. You have to forgive and forget, as they say. But for me, I want to kind of break that down, forgiving and forgetting. You forgive what you've gone through, and first you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself for what you know and what you did not know. You know, like I said, that's where that who raised you comes in. That's where your culture comes in. That's where your background comes in. So, like I said, there's not always a finger to point at somebody. And then remember, when you point the finger, it's for coming back at you. So you have to learn to forgive yourself first. Like they say, when you lie to yourself before you lie to that person. A lot of sins people say are committed in your head before they're outbroken, into your life, into your atmospheres, to your hemisphere. So you got to apologize for just yourself and just breathe and meditate and just forgive inside. And if there's a person that needs you to forgive them, or you feel that they need to ask you for forgiveness, you're just going to have to let that go. You're going to have to let it go, and you're just going to have to move forward in your life. And forgetting, I would break down that into aspect of the hurt kind of lingers away, the anguish, the anger that you once had towards whatever it is that you are going through or you're facing or you're forgiving, it kind of decreases over time. You don't want to become someone that grieves until they desecrate, to where there's just no more good in their life and they just see everything as what it is, and they walk around with this chip on their shoulder because they know they could have maybe did better, but they feel late in life or feel like they don't have the time, or they can't go back to school, or they can't start over. Stop that right now. That's the number one killer in our communities everywhere. It's never too late. Never too late. You can go to a college campus right now and you'll find someone in their 80s going to school just so they can keep their mind together. So it's never too late to start over and to pick up where you left off, or your dreams and things that you actually really wanted to be and have, because you can succeed. So forgiveness happens, and then you have to start building your milestones from that. What you're not going to do anymore, what you're not going to take. I'm not going to take no sweat off no man's back. I'm not going to take no sweat off no woman's back. Build your standards on your friends. What do you really consider a friend to you? What do you consider a homeboy? What do you consider a homegirl? What do you consider someone as being close to you, or someone that's just a person that just from being around the block? Figure out what circle you really have of support. And go to that circle and you can let that circle know, like, hey, y'all, I'm changing. I'm not going to be the same. I can't kick it with y'all and get drunk no more because I got to focus. I can't just spend my money out here frivolously, because that's also some type of brokenness too, where you just say, forget it. You don't want to pay your taxes. You don't want to pay your bills on time. You don't want to do what you need to succeed, you know? And if it's like because you don't know, you can pull up to a bank. You can pull up to a financial advisor. You can get some budgeting help. There's Susie Alsman. I mean, these books are out there. They're out there. And if you want to be able to budget your money, you can budget your money. You don't have to keep going into this depression of just saying, F it, F it, F it, F it. Because that's really what people do. They say F it and they don't pay their bills and they're late, and then their life is getting cut off. Things is getting cut off. Like, keep it real. People don't always succeed, and then you look at others that are, and then you feel like you really can make it. And then you want to be a showboat and stuff like that. So being broken is it goes crazy, it goes deeper, you know. But if you don't have it, doesn't mean you can't get it. That's my point. Doesn't mean that you can't succeed and actually live to be who it is that you think that God has purposely called for you to be. So you don't have to hate and be envious of other people and jealous of other people. You can actually go out and get it yourself and have it yourself. So leaving behind that, other ways of healing is meditation, going to the gym, plunging straight into what you actually want to do as per se career or business, you know, looking into developing yourself. I would say for some of the women that have, or men that have sex issues and things like that, where they are bound because of some trauma of molestation or rape or something like that, or someone that's, you know, bothered you, I would say you can reach out for help. You can go look for help in those situations where you want to figure out how you can make yourself feel more worthy and more healthy in your sex life. And you'll be able to, you know, be strengthened with help and resources. But like I said, after denial comes committing. And then once you commit to yourself and you become to love yourself even more and even more and even more and even more, and you break those bad habits by paving a new structure, doing a new thing, doing something profound in your life, doing something amazing, doing something that just brings you life, that just makes you so happy. And find your way that way. Find your way that way. And give up what you know. If you're doing the same thing, if you're doing anything habit forming, stop it right now. Start a new thing. It's never too late. You can start tomorrow. You can start tonight. It's never too late to want to better yourself and to want to know how to better yourself. And that's where awareness comes in. And that's tomorrow, where we're going to talk about being aware of how you can change your life. Finances, we're going to drop financial tips on budgeting, if that's what it is. We're going to let you know what you can do to cure yourself from addictions of drugs, finding other ways to binge by reading a book, by, you know, finding something purpose, by speaking purpose over your life every day. You can find a way and you just be suitable. You know, you might end up riding a bike. You might end up going to the beach once or twice a week. You know, whatever. Just find something to replace whatever you were dealing with that you seem fit and habitual forming when you were broken. You want to change it. You want to change it, and you want to grow for something, and you want to kind of come from spirit, because in your spirit, that's where your heart is, that's where your integrity is, that's where your wants, that's where your needs come from, is in your spirit. You know, you take care of your children and you take care of everything around you. But you got to start taking care of your spirit and who you are inside. You can't leave that person out. You have to give that person room to grow. So you got to change all habit forms. All habit forms. You got to change all habit forms. And you'll be okay. Okay? So let me just look at my notes really quick because I don't want to leave anything out. I left out some stuff last night. So yeah, I kind of covered everything that I wanted tonight. I also wanted to tell you that winning comes from also being around people that are elevated to where you want to go. Your eagles, I call them my eagles. I have some women that are older than me that are doing fantastic in life, and I have some singing peers that I look up to that are just phenomenal women that are out here doing it. Elevate your game, elevate your team, kick it with people that are winning so that you can win. Another thing that I do personally is I like to follow a lot of motivational speakers, and I like to hear them first thing in the morning. Another way I've also learned to get out of depression is wake up in the morning and make your bed. Hop in the shower. First thing, and that kind of starts your day for you. Put on some spiritual music or something soft, meditation music. Sometimes I just listen to the meditation where you just hear the river running or the ocean running. And just breathe. Just breathe. So those are some things. I know I have some friends that are like so anxious to come on the show and share their things that we go through, and you guys are gonna meet all of them. They're gonna come up and be a part of it. But if you guys are watching right now, go ahead and drop some comments for people that will help them. Things that we talk about on the phone here and there. But also reminding everybody, please. I know that you guys love me out there. I know that I have your support, but the biggest thing I want right now is to blow up this YouTube page. I need you guys to subscribe. I need you to go to this YouTube page and I need you to click that button, subscribe. Whether you get the notifications or not, I don't really care about that part. Just if you subscribe, watch, like, leave a comment, share, let me know you're out there. Let me know you're hearing me. And let me know that we can do this together because I'm going to need you to get it done. So I thank you guys for tuning into this podcast. Tomorrow is series 3, and we'll be talking about elevation. We'll be talking about money. We'll be talking about just moving forward, as I said. So catch it. I'm hoping that this co-host comes through tomorrow. I'm not sure. But if they don't, it'll just be me. But if not, I'm pretty sure they'll come in next week. This thing just happened. So again, subscribe. Show whoever you know that's going through something that can actually benefit from these videos. Okay? And I just want to thank you so much again. Bye.